Hello. There's no plan for this pickups video. Normally I've got a plan, at least some sort of vague running order of what I want to talk about. But I'm just going to wing it this time, so it probably be a bit stuttery. But yeah, this is only a short one. Oh, said that before. Yeah, I thought I'd sort of separate out. Separate out the sort of the live footage and stuff. I'm getting into doing the live footage, but it's still really inconsistent. Like my last video, I've got one or two things, or one thing from my last video that you would have seen if you'd watched it. But I've tried to do a bit since, but it's still a bit inconsistent. And there's a few things here that I did actually have my camera around when I bought them, but it was crap. You know, I tend to forget how I need to do things. But I have to hold the camera up really close just to get it. So I forgot that, and sometimes I lose my bottle, and I sort of hold my camera down by my side, so to hide it, so no one sees it. So but yeah, I thought I'd separate out. I said separate out the live footage and the actual pickups videos. But sometimes when people do that sort of have them together, you see them buy it, so you know what they've already got. And I think part of the appeal is in the reveal. So when you see them buy it straight away, then sometimes, not always, but often when I watch videos like that, my not attention, but it just sort of falls away when you know what someone already got. Which sort of makes me wonder, why do people do pickups videos anyway? I don't know. Can you tell I've got no plan? I just feel myself going. Yeah, and I've got some more beef with a certain online vendor. You'll know who I'm referring to if you've been watching my videos for a while. But yeah, in my last video, it was a little short out and about video. I showed a few things. Some things I left on the shelf, like if you'd watched it, there was in the shop that had the Hitler and the Playboy book, which made me laugh. I thought I've got to show this. The Hitler book on one shelf and the Playboy book below it. In that shop, there was a sealed copy of Lego Star Wars on the Wii, complete saga. And they wanted £4 for it, but I didn't really want it, and I couldn't be asked to sell it on. So I didn't buy that. I did buy the copy of Mario Sunshine, which was battered. It had a bit of a sketchy disc. The guy in the shop actually pointed it out. And a copy of Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. I traded them in, not almost straight away, a couple of days later, to go towards my PS3 fund. And later on, there was a copy of the Ultimate Genesis collection on the PS3, and Harry Potter Hobbit. Is it Harry Potter? No, not Hobbit. Harry Potter Hobbit. That's nothing. Harry Potter Lego on the DS. Is it 5 to 7? Ages 5 to 7. They were both a quid. Jurassic Park Operation Genesis and Mario Sunshine, 75p each. So that's £3.50. I traded in CEX, got 34 quid, which is a third. Makes total sense. Which was a third of my PS3 fund. So, I traded them in almost straight away. So, and I've got actually a few bits here. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to do this video now, because there's a few bits here that I want to trade in, but I just wanted, I don't often sort of show things I'm going to trade in straight away, but I just felt I needed to, because there's maybe a funny story. I don't know. It's obviously it depends. You have to make your own minds up for that. But anyway, that's coming up. First thing is the one that I actually kept hold of from my last video was this. You might not have seen it. It's pretty brief. I lost my bottle because it was the first time I'd ever taken my camera into cash converters. and I was just sort of like, there was a woman standing at the counter, so I had to sort of wait a bit. And then I was just aware of like CCTV and stuff, you know, their in-store cameras, and I've been rumbled, so I held my camera down by my hip like this and hid it in my hand, and which is dangerous actually, because I've noticed if I do that, I tend to get sort of lots of close-ups, crotch close-ups. They have to be edited out in case of you know, in case of, I don't know. Well, they're not going to get uploaded, put it that way. But yeah, you might have, I saw this, and where's the price? $2.99, which is a good price actually. It's a good price, $2.99. Probably set you back about sort of 7, 8, 9, 10 quid on eBay. 8 quid in Computer Exchange. But these are really, really, really good games. I've got the first one on the PSP. Proper. It's things like this. I think sometimes you see reimaginings of old classic games, and sometimes they sort of, you know, they walk all over them. They sort of take the core game and just apply some sort of horrible, you know, contemporary detail to it, which is just totally out of keeping. And just the actual game, what was it, that Space Invaders game where you got that little dude running up and down, and that was awful. And this feels like a proper respectful homage with an eye on what it's updating, but also a really nice, well thought out contemporary spin. And is it something to do with the people who made like the Bit Trip games? And you know, it's almost like, feels a bit like a rhythm action game in a way, but it's just properly bonkers. This is, and I was pretty keen to get this actually. This is not too easy to get hold of. So it was really nice to see it in the live. See it live. Right, there's not much here at all. Next one, it's the first PS1 game I've found in the wild in bloody ages. Wasn't on my list, but you know, it was sort of like a common game, and so I don't often put common games on my list, you know, because it's as much for me to keep memory of, you know, to keep it up here. So whereas common games you don't really need to do that. And it's basically Rayman. It's a Rayman for £1 from Sue Ryder. I've got Rayman Advance, which I really like, and I think this is exactly the same game. Maybe not. I might be wrong. I don't know. Can't remember. But I really like the game, the GBA one, the GBA game. And this was one I was looking to get. I didn't want to pay too much, and quid was just about right. The only thing that I did actually want, there's an earlier version that doesn't have the banner, PlayStation banner, and that comes without the hologram. I just wanted that one because it's obviously the earlier version. I don't know why I wanted it, I just did. Probably because it's the less common version, but they don't seem to vary in price at all. But for some reason, I just wanted that. But this was a nice, you know, second place. And if I saw it in the wild, I'd happily have that one instead. And that's what happened, you know. But I didn't want the platinum one. You know, there's no way I'm going to touch the platinum one. But yeah, so Rayman, and these are brilliant games. Right, this last one. This is the next. There's only 5 left. The last one is pretty much a no-brainer. It's teeny little GBA car. It's Shining Force. Well, I've got one of the subtitle is Resurrection of Dark Dragon on the GBA. I only just finished the Mega Drive version on the Ultimate Genesis collection, or Mega Drive collection, and which I mentioned a couple of videos ago. So and talking to Mark, Sega sent me one. He mentioned about how good this game is, and it was something I did have my eye on, but I never had an opportunity to play. Always wanted to, because it's an update. Just a few tweaks, you know, visual tweaks, and a few sort of bit of added content, but not too much. Pretty much the same game, and so I just wanted to try it because the original Shining Force is one of my favourite games. And I was in, I was out about, I forgot what, a couple of last week sometime, can't remember, and saw it in a game shop, Game Zone in Wood Green. if anybody knows it. It's a game shop. But it was only $1.99, so I transferred the label. That's why it's all a bit mashed up, because it was on the front. It was a covering over label, and I had to sort of like perform surgery without knackering the actual game label. But $1.99, brilliant price for this actually. This is about a sort of £10 GBA game. It's a little bit sketchy. I've tried playing it already. I've played about the first 10 minutes. I've not actually had a battle yet, but it's a bit iffy in my DS. It takes a bit of jimmying to get to work, but you know, it's all legit. But yeah, this is a bit of a no-brainer for me, and I might actually play through this sort of first now, or not now, later, soon, you know, just to see how it compares. But I've noticed a few extra details, like weird card system and new characters and stuff. But yeah, I would have got this on camera, but again, I lost my bottle. I had my camera out all that day and just got a load of footage, and most of it was shit. Most of it, like I said, it was like sort of hip crotch shots, weird stuff that I had to be edited out. And in the end, I just ditched it all because it was all rubbish. And this was another one that fell by the wayside. So yeah. And right, last 4, 3 from Out and About, 3 again that I ditched my camera for, because I lost my bottle for whatever reason. One of them I didn't have my camera out. Did I? Yeah. This first one I didn't have my camera out at all. It's Indiana Jones, the original adventure, Lego Indiana Jones. There's no price on it. This was £2, but there used to be a time when this went for big bucks. People went crazy for it. I don't know, a long while ago now, but for some reason they went mental for it, and price went, but not anymore. But still, I had an idea that it was worth a bit. This ain't for keeping. This is to go to my PS3 fund, and for these next 2 games, and plus this, basically that covers the £92. I'm going to get a 250 gig Slim, which is the same price as a 160 gig Slim in CX. So I think, what's the point in getting a 160 when I'm going to get a 250? I'm going to get a 250, trade this in, and the next 2 games, and I'll have £93.60, which I know 92. So I might even have a little bit left over to buy something to test it with. But yeah, so this won't be a keeper. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, it's all a bit. I think it's okay. Yes, it's all right. But so I just wanted to show it. I mean, there's one game in particular that's coming up that it's got a little bit of a story about. One of the shops I filmed in my last pickups video, the one with the out and about footage in the middle, it had a couple of some Xbox games and some Wii games, and yeah, it had both Knights of the Old Republic games and the Xbox. I went back in there, had my camera with me again, did some filming. They had a shitload of stuff, but I had my camera in my hand. I had a whole box of PSP games in a little box, like up on the shelf, and I had to sort of basically get them down with 2 hands. I couldn't do it one-handed, and basically ruin the footage. But and basically I had to ditch it all. So I didn't get anything, which is slightly annoying because there's some okay stuff here. But there was a whole load of Wii games, a decent selection, and I had to make my mind up which one to have because they were £2 each, and I didn't have much money. But the first one was a no-brainer because it's a Mario Kart Wii, and which is, again, like I said, it's going to be traded straight in for £2. This will get me about a tenner, I think. So I think the disc's a bit iffy. Oh, sorry, yeah, disc's a bit iffy. I haven't actually tested it. Oh shit! I can feel that. They might not take that. I might have to test this myself. Although having said that, I traded in something a couple of weeks ago, and the girl didn't mention that she looked at the disc, didn't mention the fact that it was scratched. I mean, it was. She put it straight in the machine, put it through the machine, and then sort of gave me the credit for it. She didn't even charge me to put it through the machine. So maybe that's what they're doing now, which will be good. So fingers crossed they'll accept this. But there's one particular scratch on there that could be 50-50. but fingers crossed. And last one, if I'd shot better footage, you would have seen the other Wii games available. So that one was a no-brainer. They also had Animal Crossing and the first Mario and Sonic at the Olympics game, and this. You go, what the fuck did you get that for? Oh, New You Fitness First personal trainer, £2. I'm not blaming Lee, but ex-Cube Meister General, now Retro Fusion. It's basically my fault because he mentioned a while back this fitness game. I knew there was a fitness game that for some reason went for big bucks. Little bit crazy, like the way that Lego Indiana Jones used to do. Just a random game that for some reason people go mental for. It's a bit like that Tiger Woods game as well. That's the same. Don't know why, but there's a game. I knew there was a fitness game on the Wii that went for big bucks, and there's loads of them, and I knew which ones it wasn't. There's like a Gillian Michaels, some woman called Gillian Michaels, which I knew it wasn't. And I saw this one. I thought, hang on, that rings a bell. New You Fitness First. That really rings a bell. So I thought it was either this or Animal Crossing, because I couldn't afford both, along with Mario Kart. So I thought, should I take the gamble? I took the gamble. Went with this, and hoping it was the one that went for big bucks, and it wasn't. I was so close though, because it is a New You Fitness First game. It's the Pilates version, which I couldn't remember from Lee's video, but it was actually the Pilates version. It's not this one. In CEX, this will get me £1.60. The Pilates version, don't know, it's like tenner at least, or more. eBay goes for like 20, 25 quid or something, I think, maybe. Don't know. It's crazy, but, it's just my memory failed me, but, I thought it was quite funny. I thought I really wanted to show it because it turns out that not only did I had to, I forwent, is that even a word? I didn't go with Animal Crossing, which I probably should have done. But I went down the road to another shop, again, didn't film it. They had shitloads of games, and not only they had loads of games, and they had which a game I might have kept Rayman Origins on the 360. I think that was probably about £2 as well. And in the end, I didn't go with that. Didn't go Rayman Origins. Didn't go Animal Crossing. I went with this piece of shit. I got myself £1.60. So that's, after that boob, it's going to be traded straight in. So that's bloody rubbish. But I thought, I thought it was funny, and just so I keep in my head now, it's the Pilates version. New You Fitness First Pilates, not this piece of rubbish. But there you go. All right, final one. Onto my beef. This wasn't out and about. This is from an online vendor. I will name check them because I've had enough. No more. Although actually I have been checking, and if I ever see something cheap, I'll probably be sucked in another time again. But this is from That's Entertainment. What a surprise! Judging by my recent record, missed out on a PS2 game a while back. Saw it advertised on eBay. Thought shit. Went straight to it was on eBay for a certain price. Went straight to That's Entertainment. They had it for £1.99. Brilliant. This is right at the top of my list. Clicked on buy now, and it had already gone. It's just someone got there first. Gutted. And for £1.99, and it's one of those sorts of games that it's all of a sudden gone really difficult to get hold of, and probably that boosts the price because it is difficult to get hold of. It's just annoying, and it's annoying. It's an annoying game because it's a game that I'd passed up numerous times in the past. Used to see it in Game Station. Don't worry, I'll get it. I'll show you in a minute. I used to see it in Game Station, like they had it in their PS2 section, like as pre-owned but still sealed. Because they were trying to get rid of them basically. And we used to have it on Amazon for about sort of £7 or £8 brand new. But no, I bided my time and then missed out. More occasions than I care to remember of this bloody game. But there's also a Wii version. The Wii version is a lot cheaper and a lot easier to get hold of. And you can use the classic controller. Sorry, I have to check. You can use the classic controller, so I'll go with that one. Then one popped up, having missed out on the PS2 version on That's Entertainment. One popped up on again for the Wii version. I thought, brilliant! I'll sod it. I'll go with that one. Exactly the same game. I can use the classic controller. Why not? For $1.99, same price. Thought, fingers crossed, it'll be what I'm hoping it's going to be. It is, but as you'll see, it's it's bloody American version, isn't it? I even sort of went as far as just sticking it in my PAL Wii to see if it worked, and it didn't read it. I just thought, that was basically got a bit desperate. But yeah. So obviously there was no indication that it was a US version. There was no picture, so it was more of a gamble. No indication it was a US version. No indication of any sort of region code or anything. So I thought it's worth $1.99 is worth a gamble. This turned up. It's actually in really nice nick. Really nice nick. This isn't the most common game in America, I've come to realise. So maybe it might be worth trading for something, I don't know. But it's just bloody annoying that it's not the PAL version. Because like I said, I've passed up the PS2 version numerous occasions, and now since I passed it up, it's gone really tough to get hold of. But yeah, I contacted That's Entertainment. I've got a feeling they've had enough of me, because it's their own fault, because they keep screwing up, and I keep having to say, "Excuse me, you've screwed up. You sent me the wrong thing, or whatever. You sent me missing bits," and so they've had to give me refund for about the last 5 times I've used them. So I'm thinking maybe the people at the other end are thinking that I'm pulling a fast one, trying to get my money back, even though the game's legit. Because this time I contacted them and they didn't get back to me. I sent them another email like about sort of 3 or 4 days later. This time they got back to me, but they sent me some half-assed, patronising sort of cut and paste piece of shit thing about DVDs. And like I mentioned that it was a US version. I couldn't use it, but they sent me this. They sent me, "Oh, we do actually ship internationally," and they sent me a link to it was that money saving expert's guide to performing a bypass on your DVD region lockout. I was like, what? This isn't a DVD. I had said twice that it was a Wii game, and it was just, oh, don't fucking patronise me, you piece of shit, bastard. And I didn't want to sort of say directly, "Excuse me, can I have my money back?" I just wanted to at least see if they had another version available, and they did at the time. They did, but they weren't willing to send me that one instead. But and in the end, they said you're gonna have to we will send you it back, but you're gonna have to pay for the return postage. I thought, fuck off. That's basically my whole refund. If I pay for the return postage, what's the point? Might as well keep it. So I sent them a narky reply, and they have sent me another reply, but I've not had the guts to read it yet. I've had enough of the whole thing. But so I'll probably check it. I don't know if they've sent me a refund, but I'm stuck with this and this until I can trade it in. But I thought it's just a funny story, and if you're ever tempted to use That Entertainment again, or any of their affiliated sort of branches, think twice. I even had to say in my follow-up email that I'd gone as far as checking out how to soft mod my Wii so I could play it. And I said to him, I said to the guy in the message in the email, I said, "Look, I've discovered that to be able to soft mod my Wii, I need an external hard drive and an SD card to be able to apply patches, and I think that's a bit far to go to just to play one game." And I think they realised that I wasn't trying to take the piss out of them, and just get a frivolous refund. That's it, not extraneous, a frivolous refund. But in the end, I just, like I said, I gave up, and I can't be arsed with them anymore. They're more hassle than they're worth. But there you go. So So, oh, did I deafen anyone? It's not knocked over me. So these three will be traded in straight away, and they'll go towards my my PS3, which will probably, hopefully, be shown if they will take this scratchy piece of shit. Hopefully, my PS3, new PS3, I'm getting it because I wanted to get a Blu-ray player, and I thought, hang on, why don't I just get a PS3 at the same time? Actually, do PS4s get play Blu-rays? Do they play PS3 games? Are PS4s backwards compatible, in other words? I don't know. But anyway, I decided I was going to go with the PS3. You know, I'm consistently a whole generation behind everyone else. Apologies if I deafened anyone. Sorry. Well, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for watching, and yeah, keep an eye out for more videos. Don't know what they'll be, but thanks for watching. See you later.